Can we just get rid of any cup matches for Orange County? I feel like we're just disappointed whenever Orange County plays in a cup match, and it makes it difficult as a fan to be disappointed when you really want to love a team and enjoy it. Again, Orange County struggles in the Jägermeister Cup, the USL Cup for the official, not the unofficial, but what? I'm over this. Let's just get into this thing. Welcome to the Show of Champions. This is the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. How's it going, Orange County? Welcome to another episode of the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, the first and only show that's dedicated to your Orange County Soccer Club, its fans, and supporters. I'm your host, Ray Zamora, and I'm here to take you through this journey as we discuss all things Orange County Soccer Club. Helping me out for this episode, we've got Brad. Brad, do you agree with me? Just Orange County, just stay out of the cup. We don't need to participate in the cup anymore.
I literally was thinking in the lead up to this episode, God, do I think that the anti-Malort Cup is the worst thing to ever come out of any U.S. soccer, and that includes the ML dollar signs.
The anti-Malort Cup. I love it, Brad. We gotta, maybe that's our official title for this cup. Hopefully the USL doesn't hate us for that. Also helping us out on this episode, we've got the bearded one, Mr. Larry. Larry, are you pro cup participation or against it at this point?
After this year and so far with the let's go back to last year's U.S. Open Cup performance, and then this year's Open Cup performance, and then this year the two Jägermeister Cups. We don't need no cups. We have a cup. We won it in 2021. Let's just go get that cup again. What do y'all say?
I'm all for it if we can get that cup again, but part of getting that cup is finding success on the pitch. All right, I know it may not sound it. I still have some positivity on this team. I still think this team had some moments. Unfortunately, the moments that I watched live on Saturday evening were the poor parts of the match. Pretty much the second half, except for when we got the goal back late in the match. I watched a lot of that second half. My son's birthday party was Saturday, so we were doing a bunch of stuff. I finally had a chance to chill, watch the match. I watched the second half live. The rest of it I watched after the fact. I actually was quite pleased with some of the stuff I saw. But again, as Brad likes to say, you gotta take your chances. We can't keep making excuses. As much as maybe there's some positivity to see from this team, if they're not taking advantage of it, then where's the positivity? So let's get into the positive stuff, and we'll talk about this match in Monterey Bay against Monterey Bay. I can't even talk right now. That's how flustered I was after this match. Let's talk about the positives of the match. First positive I want to talk about. First career goal for Pedro. Are we excited for the young man, Brad?
100%. Like, without a doubt in my mind, Pedro has earned his first professional goal. The kid plays some pretty good defense. You can tell he's being given the liberty to run up the field a little bit more a la Dogman. And just like Dogman, Pedro's got that dog in him, and he's going to score more. He's part of that next wave, and hopefully he continues to perform.
Perfect. And let me get to you, Larry. Part of that goal was sort of some good quality movement of the ball by Orange County that got to, I believe, from Nico Benalcazar to Pedro is the official on the score sheets tally there. But there were a lot of other players that touched the ball in that transition. What do you think of that aspect of it? Does that give you some faith and some positivity to think about this team that they're maybe getting there?
You know, we have a good soccer team. We absolutely have a good soccer team. We are inconsistent so far this year. We are up, we are down. We are up, we are down. I almost feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with our soccer team this year because one day they make me happy and I love them, and the next day they smack me around the living room. And, you know, that's Maybe that's a bad metaphor. But you know what? That in the entire sequence leading up to Pedro's goal was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? He did a great job of slotting it to the outside of the over the couple of defenders and then into the far corner. It was really, really a good finish. And the other day, Grayson saw a picture of Pedro and said, "How come he has the exact same hair I do?" I said, "Because you two are the exact same age, literally like 10 days apart." I said, it's your age. You all look like that. But he played a terrific game. He scored a great goal. I want to talk about Nico Benalcazar at some point during this broadcast tonight. I want to take a couple minutes and talk about him and what he's been doing this year. But the team's got to find some consistency, and it's going to come. If it doesn't come in these cup games, fine. I think we're pretty much eliminated from the Jägermeister Cup and moving forward at this point anyway. So, you know what? No more cups. We don't like cups.
So I know this is very early, and this is not my official "what did I learn?" But what I learned is Larry thinks Orange County is Paul Abdul and that he's Scat Cat, and taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, but somehow opposites attract. There we go.
Forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps
okay.
back.
Is that how the song goes, Larry?
Well, given that I'm the only one here old enough to know that song,
dude, Scat Cat was the best rapping cartoon cat ever. So don't say you're the only one old enough to know that song. Brad has no idea what we're talking about. He doesn't even know. He knows Paula Abdul from American Idol, doesn't know that she was a singer or a Laker girl.
No, I knew both the other things, but the one thing that that confuses me there is why a cat is named after defecation.
Because I think it's more the rapping aspect.
Because dogs are better. Yep.
Not. I think it's more the rapping aspect of Scat. Okay. Let's stop talking about Scat and Scat Cat and Paula Abdul. Let's talk about soccer. Let's go. We'll talk about Nico. I promise you, Larry.
Okay.
But we talked about a positive. Let's talk about a negative here. That first goal for Monterey Bay. Offside, yes or no, Brad?
That's my biggest complaint of the match is one Mr. Kalen Radisov. You set me up perfectly. Look, this game could have gone completely different had the referee made some calls the ways that he probably should have, such as a blatant handball in the box.
Blatant.
Yeah, pretty blatant. And that offsides, while yes, I believe it's offsides, yes, I also believe it was close. I'm also going to ask at the same time, what is Colin Shuttler doing with the ball in that situation on that first goal? He kind of just gets stuck in no man's land and then just bobbles it, and Mr. Paul is able to just grab the ball and score.
To me, it looked like he was a matador and he was like waving the red cape and just went Olay and let the ball go by him somehow. I honestly, I don't know what happened there with Colin Shuttler, but we shouldn't even be talking about that. We should be saying, hey, it was offside, so it doesn't matter what happened there. We saw also on the clips that just happened while you were talking, Brad, look like potentially Bryce Jamison taken out on his shot attempt with the follow through as he gets tripped or something. Who knows? There could be a little bit of simulation in there from Bryce, but it looked like there was potentially some contact there, which would result in a potential penalty for Orange County. So I guess the overall negative, we talked again, positive, Pedro, negative, the ref. Larry, do you agree with Brad and I that I know you're Mr. Official, like you like to protect referees and umpires whenever possible,
Yes,
but do you agree that this was there were some very poor calls in this match?
Absolutely.
From the ref.
Absolutely. The handball, he was right there. How did he not see it? I mean, listen, again, baseball umpire, we all know this. I've missed a call before. I've missed a call that was right in front of me, but I mean, this was just egregious error on the part of the referee. Absolutely egregious. So he should have got that one. I think that Bryce was maybe a little bit of acting on his part when he got taken out on that shot. So there's those two, and the offside. Yeah, he was absolutely offside. What is the AR doing if he is not looking for that? If there's VAR in this league, that goal's not coming back.
All right,
or that goal is coming back. Excuse me.
I will go beyond just blasting the ref for the calls that went against us. He also had some calls that very confusing to me on why he didn't call it like a penalty the other way, going in Monterey's direction when I don't remember the player. I think it was Rebelliar gets tackled out in the box in the first half, just gets taken out by I think it was Coa Santos of all people, and it just doesn't get called. And I do believe that Rebelliar was actually hurt in the box. He wasn't just like faking it. And it did take some good time in the first half, which only then had, I think, like 2 minutes of added time. I really do think this was poor refereeing across the board. Let the game get away from him at times. And honestly, can't blame the refs for the entire performance of the team because we made some mistakes. The third goal, the first goal that Monterey Bay scored were just too easy for them. He shouldn't be getting opportunities to have a free ball, and we shouldn't be allowing him to get through the back line so easily, even if we are a goal down. And then that second goal, though, that second Monterey goal, the header was just absolute beauty. Shuttler's not saving that.
Oh, that's a beauty of a goal.
Post. Yeah.
Oh yes. As Orange County fan, I look at that. That's the goal of the match, and that was a beauty. And I would love to see one of our players pull off that goal at some point. But all right, I'm going to give Larry wanted to talk about Nico, so I'm going to give the mic to Larry. Go for it. What do you have to say about Nico, Larry?
First of all, this guy kind of came out of nowhere. Okay, I'd never heard of him before. I don't think there's very many people who had heard of him before. And Carrie and I were at one of the preseason games, and she actually mentioned, she goes, I really like this guy. He's vocal, and he's out there leading. And who is that? I said, I have no idea. So then they announced the signing of him. Since Nico has been in the lineup, for starters, he has not missed a minute of play all year. He has not been, that is by the, I'm going to correct myself there. 10 games, has played all 90 minutes in every single game. Goal, couple of assists. He just does so many things that are just so on point. And he's not spectacular in what he does, but he completes his passes and he makes timely passes. And he's got great, great vision on the field. And I'm going to go ahead and make an argument right now, and I'm going to pitch this until there's a reason for me not to. Nico Benalcazar is our team MVP right now. I don't care how many goals have been scored or who scored them or how many assists or how many tackles or how great Kyle Scott is week in, week out. Nico Benalcazar, through the first third of the season, is Orange County Soccer Club's MVP. Nico, if you're watching, just keep doing what you're doing, baby, because you got a whole big group of fans, and it's growing on a weekly basis. And I know this from talking to people in the stands before games, after games, during games. He's been phenomenal. And I'm so glad that we signed this kid and that he is really making a name for himself with our team in this season.
Yeah, Nico's been awesome. Very pleasant to see what we've gotten out of him. I'm like you, Larry. I didn't know much about Nico before he joined the team. I know he comes from that MLS Next Pro background, I believe, playing with New York and can't remember the other team that Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And the two teams for those two MLS clubs over the last couple seasons. So you knew the qualities there because it's a player that was, usually if there's a young player in that sort of platform or the progression of a MLS team going to the, playing at the 2 level, there's something that the team sees there at that age. Now, I don't know the details of coming to Orange County. I don't know if Cincinnati said we don't want to deal with you anymore. We don't think you have the potential. Orange County jumped on that, grabbed him. But there is that quality there, at least at this level, at this point in his career, which is awesome to see.
Yeah. And
Brad, go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, and let's not forget, it's his birthday on Thursday. So at the end of the show, I think we should all sing happy birthday to Nico.
We'll let you do that, Larry.
All right, I'll do that.
Yes. Brad, you have any thoughts on Nico? And then other than that, any other thoughts on this match before we move on?
Yeah, no, Larry 100% nailed it at the beginning. Nico's been the MVP of the team so far this year. And he said, keep doing what you've been doing, and I'm going to push it one forward further, teach the team to do what you're doing. I'm not blasting any specific players. I'm not saying that the team is underperforming. I think they're performing about what I'm expecting, but we're just not seeing the results come from it. I think we still are a top 4 team in the West, but the results definitely do not reflect that at this time, and it's only a matter of time before that definitely hurts the morale behind the scenes.
Yeah, there is a breaking point, right? When you're struggling and struggling and struggling, and you know you're better than what the results are showing. And I'm hoping that this team hasn't quite hit the breaking point yet where they're going to start losing just because they've been losing. We've seen that in seasons past. Now, a recent memory of that comes last year. There was a point of the season where the team just did not look interested. They didn't look like they wanted to be here. They had broken down, and then Coach Danny Stone takes over, reinvigorates the team. They go on a great run to end the season and lose to the eventual champs. So, I mean, if you don't play Colorado Springs in the playoffs, maybe you get to the final, right? They're the team that knocked everyone out. We saw that in the championship year when Braden Cloutier was sacked. The team sort of gave up on him, started playing poorly, didn't look like the team you expected. He gets sacked. Richard Chaplow comes in, reinvigorates the squad, and they go on a run. Now, I'm not saying that's what I want to see happen this year.
No,
I'm hoping Coach
no.
Danny Stone remains in control throughout the year and is able to fix it himself, because I really like what Coach Danny Stone has done with his team, the style of play he's provided for the fans. And I trust in the process. We just need to see that happen. And again, I've been probably the most positive out of all of us on this show, saying I'm seeing what is going to work. We just need to finish, right? And with that said, that I'm hoping that the club and the team sees that because they very much could easily say, hey, we've tried now for 3 months. We know we're a good team. We've tried. We're just not getting the luck. This season's just not ours. Let's go on pilot mode. Let's just play out the season, enjoy ourselves, not try and risk getting hurt, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, Larry.
No, I don't. I think just the opposite is about to happen. I think that, we've got 3 games here in July, only 1 home game, June. And then we've got July, August, September, October to, make a run to the end of the season. And I think that I feel like this team is about to go on one of those Orange County Soccer Club runs that we see every single year, where nobody can touch us, where we are literally the best team in the league. And I feel like we are one of the best teams in the league, and we haven't got the results yet to show it. I don't see this team hitting the off switch at any point, but you're right that it happened last year. We could all see it. And then the off switch got flipped back on. And speaking of Morton's back in town. Morton's here in Orange County for a visit. So maybe we'll see him at the Champ in a couple of weeks. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Here's my one concern with what Larry just said, Brad, and you could jump on here with this, right? He just went straight to July when he was given this thought of like, we're ready to turn this around. So does that mean we have to struggle through a June? This maybe what do you call it? A Freudian slip of the mind? Like he said July because he knows June's going to be horrible. Larry, we're going to shut you up right now. I want Brad to jump on this thought. Are you concerned about June based on Larry's sort of skipping of a month in his analysis of when we're going to start going on a run here? And look at that.
Brad
See,
did a Brad.
This is where it jumps
about
on.
June, because we have 2 more regular season games, and then one of those anti-Malort Cup games coming up as well. The 2 games are on the road. Our upcoming match that we have yet to start talking about against Phoenix, and then a match against El Paso before a well-deserved week off. And then finally, Open Cup, Jägermeister Cup against Sacramento. Look, 2 away games. We've always said the mantra is a point away, 3 at home makes for a good season. I'm not going to complain in the middle of June when it's going to start getting a little warm in both cities, earning a point and maintaining fitness. Phoenix started off the season kind of like we are now, not very well. Haven't seen any results come through, and then all of a sudden, they've won their last 3 regular season games. I think 2 of which in like blowout fashion. So there's a lot to look forward to with that team and how they've been over the last couple weeks. They just won their Open Cup or their Jägermeister Cup game, if you can call it that, a 3-3 penalty win against the reigning champs New Mexico, or reigning regular season number 1 team, New Mexico United, who are playing lights out soccer at this point. So Phoenix is a team to kind of fear a little bit. They're on the up and up. They're doing well, and they're playing at home this upcoming week against us. So I wouldn't be surprised if they play us for a really tough game this upcoming week. And that's, anchored by someone who made multiple penalty saves in this last game, a friendly face, Mr. Patrick the Wall Rakowski.
Legend.
Well, let me jump on here real quick, Brad, with a great transition to move on to previewing our match. Before we get to the official full preview here, I want to remind everyone to like, share, subscribe on social medias, podcast forums. Follow us on YouTube. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to watch us live, participate in the chats. We do read the chats. We share them on the screen. We will interact with your chats if you have something good to say. And again, on social media, share our post, like our post, give those little hearts. Larry works hard on Instagram. Producer Andy works hard on some of the other socials. Show them love for all their hard work by giving them some hearts, thumbs up, whatever you have to do. And again, like or subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. If you want to watch our shows in video form, YouTube, Spotify, some other places to go as well. All right, Phoenix. Larry, is there not a better opponent to sort of right the ship for Orange County this season and get the ball rolling than what I would say is our longtime sort of official rivals, because we've had teams come and go. Galaxy 2 come and go. San Diego come and go. Sacramento is there just for the longevity of things, but I feel like Phoenix really, there's a little bit of a long-standing rivalry between this team. Is this a great opponent to right the ship, get a run going?
Absolutely, except that if, Pat Rakowski is hot, it's hard to score off of. And when Pat doesn't give up goals, it's really hard for me to be upset about it, even if he gets a clean sheet against us, because I absolutely love the guy and his family. They're just great people. So having said that, hopefully Pat is not between the pipes on Saturday. And hopefully we blast about 4 goals into the back of the net. I love when we play Phoenix. Playing Phoenix is typically some of the best games that I've gotten to experience as an Orange County soccer club fan, going all the way back to 2018. It's hard nosed, it's hard hitting, it's competitive, and these two teams, even though the rosters really, really switch out year in, year out, these two teams know that they are, they're rivals, and they're going to go head to head and they're going to bang against each other. But this is going to be a great week that we get the opportunity to get healthy, that we get the opportunity to get that 3 points on the road and show exactly how good Orange County Soccer Club is against a team that has been playing very well in Phoenix, with winning their last 3 USL championship games, 1 loss in the round of 32 in the US Open Cup, and then beating New Mexico in the Jägermeister Cup. So yeah, they've been playing well, but I think we're going to come in and we're going to give them the business on Saturday.
And I'm sort of dating myself here, and this is when I think Larry and I both became fans, was back in 2018. But the fans that have been longtime fans remember the moment in the Western Conference Finals when Phoenix knocked out Orange County. The Phoenix fans stormed Championship Soccer Stadium's pitch. It was hard for the Orange County fans to see. It was hard for the players at that time to see. And yes, we don't have, I don't think, anyone that's on the roster or in the coaching staff that was part of the team back then. But I hope that Coach Stone or heck, even James Keston's like, here, watch this video of Phoenix fans storming our field after they eliminated us in the Western Conference Finals. Use this as motivation to make sure that we don't let this team beat us. Let's go out there and really get back. And I think that's really what sparked the big rivalry between Orange County and Phoenix right there. I'm hoping for some good stuff. I'm hoping for some goals. I am begging for the first shutout of the season for Orange County, the first clean sheet for the team against Phoenix. What better way to start a run for the second half of the season than a clean sheet on the road against the hated Phoenix Rising team? Really quick predictions for this match, Brad.
Oh boy. Until I'm proven otherwise, I can't confidently say we'll see a clean sheet, unlike you, Ray. It's been a couple of defensive errors every game, and I'm not blaming anybody, of course, but I'm going to say 1-1. I think we get one in there and make it a tied game at the late point.
Like our old co-host of the show, Alan, would always say, hey, win at home, draw on the road, and that's success. I'm sure Larry would disagree with that. I think he wants to win everything. Larry, what's your prediction for this match?
You know what? I feel good about this week. I think some special things are going to happen. I think that we are, in fact, going to get that first clean sheet of the year. And I think that a guy who's going to be on screen with us here very shortly, I think he's going to score his first goal of the year on a set piece, on a corner, off the head. Because if you guys haven't been watching, this guy can jump. I mean, this is a white dude who could jump. I want to put a basketball in his hands and see what he can do. So I'm going to say right now, 2-0 Orange County. Latinovich with the header.
I wish I had sound bites on here because I'd be playing the "We Going to Sizzla" for you, Larry. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a tight fought victory. I'm hoping for a clean sheet. We're gonna go 1-0 Orange County in this match. That's my prediction. For those of you listening, get your predictions out there in the public so you can cement them out there. We know what you're predicting, so that way when your prediction is correct, we can praise you for it. Or if it's wrong, we can sort of laugh a little bit at it. For this match against Phoenix, one player that we're hoping has a big impact for Orange County is OCSC defender Vuk Latinovich. Vuk, welcome to the show.
Hi everyone.
First of all, thank you for taking some time to come speak with us and join us on here. Let me ask you this question. Being a player that isn't part of the roster officially to start the season, sort of coming in after a match or two and getting your opportunity, how does it impact you or a player in prepping? Obviously, if you come into the training camp, you get a whole training camp to really figure things out and work things out. But when you get thrown in sort of after the start of the season, does that change your mentality, your prep for your joining the new team?
I mean, it just required me to get as familiar as possible with all the players, staff, and tactics that the coach likes to use, and just acclimate as quickly as possible to contribute, to be ready to contribute to the team.
And you got thrown in there. You got thrown into the fire, the deep end of the pool, whatever analogy we want to use there. I mean, you came, you signed, and you're right into there playing in matches, playing big minutes for this team, being an important piece of the defense, which I know a lot of the fans entering the season, that was the concern, is we have Tom Brewitt, we have a couple, Ryan Dogman and Grayson Duty, and we don't know really what else we have there. So you got signed, you got thrown into that fire. How has that transition been for you? Have you gelled well with your teammates? Has there been anything that's been a struggle for you to sort of figure it out?
Yeah, I think just getting to know guys on a personal level takes time as well. But in terms of playing and getting used to how other guys play, I feel like I've gotten used to other players' tendencies and have a better idea of what works for some players, what doesn't on our team. But like you guys said, we've been harping on it. We've just been trying to do our best to get a clean sheet on defense, because that would help everyone in the team a lot.
Yeah, the clean sheet, I think, is what a lot of people, I'm sure, as much as the fans want to see a clean sheet, I'm sure you all, especially you as a defensive player, I mean, that's something you're wanting to see so badly, because I think it'll prove that this team can do that. And I think we all hope that that'll come. How frustrating has it been that the team hasn't been able to get a clean sheet yet in 2025?
I mean, as a defender, yeah, I mean, it is frustrating, but we can't blow over. I mean, there's still so much left to play in the season, so we're doing our best to stay positive, and we know we have the quality to do it. It's just about fine details and focusing on limiting mistakes, because we've been creating chances as well, and we've been doing, I feel like, a much better job. So it's about, on defense, the next step is keeping a clean sheet, combining that, keeping a clean sheet and scoring goals on the other end. I mean, it sounds simple, but yeah, that's our goal right now. To keep a clean sheet and to get a victory on the road would be huge for the team.
Yeah, and I'm going to hog one more question before I hand it off to my co-hosts here. Let me just talk a little bit about your soccer journey, right? Because obviously, when you look at the name, people might not realize you're an American-born soccer player. I believe you were born in Wisconsin, if my research was correct.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah.
You've played in the New York City FC organization, and then you made some trips over to Europe, I believe Estonia, Greece, Norway. What is it? What has that journey been like? Just maybe to share with other young soccer players that might have that similar transition or journey through soccer, playing as a youth in America, maybe joining MLS or USL early on in your career, and then making this journey through maybe not the most popular of countries or the destinations that people have in mind when they're thinking of soccer. What was that journey like for you?
Yeah, I mean, starting off from college, I went to a small D1 school, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and
Go Panthers.
Yes, go Panthers, yes. And I was lucky enough that I got scouted and was able to get drafted by
We've lost Vuk.
Ooh, I think we lost Vuk there. So hopefully we can get him reconnected on here. Definitely, I'm so interested in that journey because when I was looking at the history of where he played, we may have him back. Let's see if we have him back.
Second.
He's back.
Yeah, it cut out for a second. So I was lucky enough to get drafted and eventually signed with New York City, and I was there for two seasons. And the first year I was actually a part of the team that won the MLS, which was really crazy to be a part of. And then after those 2 years, I had an option at the time. It seemed good for Estonia, the best team in that league. The goal was to play there, be a part of the team that was going to be doing qualifications for European competition, and go from there to see what happens. But unfortunately, I got injured very early on into the season and just didn't recover properly. Part of that was poor treatment on the injury and getting rushed to play. It wasn't a good combo. And then I ended up leaving. Like you said, I went to Greece, and there that injury carried over, and it led to a fractured leg. So I was out for that whole year. I was out basically 8 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year, which was unfortunate. But my time in Greece was very cool. In Athens, lived there for 9 months, got to know the language, the culture. It was a really cool experience, and I enjoyed it. And that team was fighting for promotion. It was in the second tier. We were fighting for promotion, but unfortunately, we couldn't push the last 5 games of the season to get in. But it was a really cool experience. And then Norway, it was also a second tier team. And there, being in Norway, it was I like the culture and how much they love soccer there too. And being there, the people were very accommodating as well. I mean, I have only positive things to say about my experience. Unfortunately, the injuries didn't help. Who knows how it could have ended up if I didn't get injured? But injuries are a part of any sport. So,
yeah, Vuk. Love the story, and I think we got to finish it off. What circumstances led you to ending up in Orange County with a 25-day contract that became more of a permanent move?
I mean, I was looking for a move to come back to the States, and this came up as an option. And they said, "Hey, 25 days. Would you be willing to take it?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll take it. And if I do well, I believe I'll stay here." And luckily enough, it all worked out that I got a contract after those 25 days. And I mean, I'm glad it worked out because I really like the stadium. I like the guys. Everything about it here is really good, and the fans too. I mean, I've seen some of the atmospheres. I'm not ripping on other USL teams or anything like that, but really, like, the stadium is great. It always looks full. I mean, and it's a really good soccer environment to be in.
Awesome. Love that. So one of the questions I ask players who come on the show for the first time is, who do you base your own play style off of? What games out there do you model Mr. Latinovich's game off of?
I mean, it depends. Originally I wasn't really a defender when I was growing up. I was more of an attacker. Like in my youth days up until I was 18, I never played defense, never even thought about defense. Then as I got a little bit bigger and grew into my body, I moved further and further back. But in the beginning, I always loved Zidane and Steven Gerrard. Those were my two idols growing up, but primarily Zidane. Especially 2006, that World Cup, that was heartbreaking when he got that red card from the headbutt. I remember tearing up watching that one, just because, like, in my eyes, if he would have won that World Cup, arguably best player to play. I don't know. At
Awesome.
that time, at least.
That just reminds me of this one video I remember seeing of the English team, and it's like they're asking the players, what was your first ever role? And other than the goalie, it was like out of 20 people they asked, like 18 of them were strikers. So it doesn't surprise me that you also started off as a striker.
Including Colin Shuttler.
Ray wanted to jump in for a quick comment as well.
It was a very similar comment to yours, Brad. I think the combination of, like, Sports Center, obviously, what do they show? They show the goals. They don't show a great defensive stop when it comes to soccer. They show a good headed goal, a good bicycle kick, a blast from outside the box, right? And like Brad said, most players, youth, what do they want to do up until maybe age 10 to 12? They want to score goals. That's all they care about. That's all that matters. So really quick, you said you got bigger. That's when you sort of got into defense. When did you realize and I'm going to give it back to Brad and Larry, but when did you realize defense was just as important as scoring the goal?
I mean, I graduated high school in Serbia, actually. So I was part of the youth system there, and I played in the highest youth level in Serbia. And my first coach there, he was all about offense. It's okay. Stay up. Don't worry about defense. I got a new coach, and right away harping on me, like, "Oh, you don't do a good enough job tracking back. You're too lazy." And so his harping, even though he still kept me as more of an attacking midfielder kind of role, him harping on me really opened my eyes up, basically, that I had to be more involved, even as a 10 and at that age, at the defensive level. And then when I came back eventually for college, I moved into defensive midfielder role, and there it's primarily playing simple on the ball and being there to help the center backs and the defensive line.
Vuk, I can completely relate with wanting to score goals as a youngster. I forgot. I did not grow up playing soccer. I have never played a single game of organized soccer in my life. But I have so much respect for you guys who can do it, because it amazes me every single time. And I wasn't kidding when I said, you can jump. That is like crazy. Tom Brewitt, Ethan Zubak. I mean, the old joke, white men can't jump. You're some white dudes who can jump. So that's very impressive. And I do think that you are going to get a goal, if not this weekend, sometime very soon. And it's going to be that header.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. I can feel it. I can just feel these things sometimes. Now, where were you right prior to the? Were you still in Norway when the Orange County contract came?
No, I was already back in the States. I was with family.
Okay.
My parents in Milwaukee, and was waiting for something to happen, and this offer came through. So came down here a couple of days, and that was the offer, and I took it. I wanted to go for it. I really liked it. First impression was great, so I wanted to see it through.
And nobody in ML and USL Championship has a fan base quite like Orange County Soccer Club, especially the County Line Coalition, the guys down there behind Shuttler, behind the goal, making all the noise. I mean, these guys are crazy and they're having fun. And I know that you are becoming very popular with them. You've been paired up with Tom Brewitt for most of this season. How is it playing next to Tommy? How well do you guys communicate? How well are you guys working together and meshing so far? In your opinion, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel like we've been pretty good together, and we're both vocal in communicating with each other, and I think we're both on the same page as well when we play. We have an idea of what our tendencies are now, so I think I feel comfortable with him, and I think he feels somewhat comfortable with me next to him. So I think I enjoy playing next to him as well.
Yeah, we're really liking Tom, and we're really liking the combination of the two of you. And one thing that you are going to learn about me as you get to know me and you watch this show, you're going to realize and understand I know nothing about tactics whatsoever. I am all passion. That's it. That's what Larry does. That's what I'm here for. When did you realize? At what point in your life did you realize, man, I'm pretty damn good at this. I might be able to actually get a paycheck to play soccer, for some time in my life. About how old were you when you started to kind of maybe feel that?
I mean, it was everyone who plays soccer always has the desire to play professionally. You see guys on TV. It's always a dream to play and be on TV one day. But can't really say the first time. It was always a desire of mine to play professionally, but maybe the first time I realized that, like, wow, maybe I can do something, was probably when I was playing youth soccer in Serbia, and I was playing against some of the guys that were already playing first team minutes, and they were playing to get more minutes. They were playing with the youth U19 teams, and I felt pretty comfortable playing against them, and I saw their level, and then I watched them when they play with the first team squad, and it gave me a sense of belief that if I could play at their level, that I could maybe one day play professionally. And then I eventually got called up to the Serbian youth national team pool, and that was, by then I felt like if I work hard enough, I could do it as long as there's an opportunity presented to me. And there's always luck involved with anyone who plays professionally. So I was lucky enough. I worked hard enough to get the opportunity, and I took it. So everyone's grateful to be playing professional sports. I think it's the best job in the world. You can't really complain about it.
I never got that opportunity because I was a baseball player and I wasn't really a very good one. So, I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. Producer Andy wanted me to ask a question of these center backs. And we're going to include Nico in this because he's played a little center back this season as well. Who is fastest?
Out of Nico, Tom, and myself?
Yes.
Probably, I would say Nico.
Well,
Nico's faster.
Well, actually, we can throw Ashton in there as well. He's playing center back.
Don't forget Ashton.
Ashton.
Nico. I would say Nico probably.
Okay.
Still.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I got one last question for you. Actually, two. Has your wife been able to join you? Is she here with you in Southern Cal?
No, she's in Serbia right now. We're undergoing the green card process.
Okay.
But we actually met. She went to Marquette University.
Nice.
If you know Milwaukee Panthers, you know Marquette. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So she played tennis at Marquette University, and that's how we met because Marquette and UWM are 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
Met through a mutual friend, hit it off right away, and I told her as soon as I either get a job or sign a professional contract that I was going to propose to her, and that's exactly how it went down.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we're just undergoing the green card process right now, and then as soon as that's done, she'll be here with me in the States.
Great. I hope that happens soon for both of you. So now hold on. Now we've got a Division I college tennis player. We've got a Division I college soccer player. What sport is the kid's going to play?
I would love tennis. I don't know. I like tennis a lot. And she was a very good tennis player as well. Back in Serbia, she was part of the junior Olympic team and won 3 national titles for tennis. So she was very good. She's humble about it, but she was very good. So I think that would be a very good coach to have. And tennis is a very nice sport, especially in the future when we have kids. I think tennis for girls is a great sport, especially.
Hey, if you ask Pete Sampras or maybe
the best player in the world right now, Novak Djokovic, one arguably best tennis player of all time from Serbia.
Yeah, he's he might say it's a pretty good sport for men as well.
Yeah,
I think so.
No, if it's soccer, I would like soccer no matter what, girl or a boy. But I don't know. I like the idea of tennis.
It's a great game. Okay, one last question. This is something that we ask everybody who comes on here. In the locker room, when somebody's getting on the aux, who has the best and who has the worst taste in music on the team?
Well, I don't know anyone that's had that bad of music where it's like turn that off. The guy in charge of the aux is usually Tom. He has good music. Haggard puts good music on too when he's in charge of Nico. Liam has good music because he listens to Serbian music as well.
Okay.
Yeah. There hasn't been anyone that's been playing that bad of a selection of songs where it's like, hey, this guy needs to get off aux.
I was gonna say, does Liam have like the Euro techno pop stuff that you see on all the highlight videos for soccer players on YouTube? Is that Liam's taste of music?
No, I mean I don't know. Him and I when we've been in the car together, he's been playing Serbian music. So I don't know. I just base it off of that. I figured, yeah.
Awesome. I think Brad's camera went out, but I think he potentially is still available to talk. Brad, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You guys can hear me okay?
Yep. Go for it.
All right. So follow-up question. I know we ask a bunch of silly questions. One of them we like to ask is, what is your favorite vegetable and how do you prepare it?
Favorite vegetable? I mean, I wouldn't prepare myself if my wife or my mom can make it. Steamed broccoli. Steamed broccoli, probably favorite vegetable.
So you're not a cook then, Vuk?
I can when I have to be. I can be when I have to be.
Oh, that's funny. Let me do this. We've been over the past, I guess, this season, a little bit last season, we've been doing 10 quick this or that questions, typically a little theme behind it based on who our guest is. So I have 10 questions. It's one or the other. First response, quick response. Are you ready for this, Vuk?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so let's get this up. And this is all courtesy of Google Gemini because I just type it in there and it gives me these questions. This or that, sharp cheddar or creamy mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
All right, brie or blue cheese?
Brie.
Grated Parmesan or melted Swiss?
Parmesan.
Smoked Gouda or aged provolone?
Those are like my two favorite. I don't know. Smoked Gouda.
Feta or Gruyere?
Always feta.
Always feta. Cheese as a snack or cheese as an ingredient that's part of a bigger dish?
I mean, both. I don't know. That's like cheese as a snack. Let's go with cheese as a snack.
All right. A cheese platter with various textures and flavors or one specific cheese that's your favorite?
One specific cheese.
All right. Spicy pepper jack or Monterey Jack?
Monterey Jack.
All right. Here we go. Cream cheese on a bagel or cottage cheese with fruit?
Cream cheese on a bagel for sure.
All right. Yeah. Cheese with wine or pairing it with beer instead?
Beer.
All right. So I don't know, Vuk, can you guess what the theme was
Wisconsin,
of this particular
for sure. Yeah, right away.
Cheeses.
After the second cheese, I was like, okay, yeah, this is Wisconsin.
When I learned you were born and you played youth soccer in Wisconsin, we were like, hey, we got to go with the cheese theme for this because
there are a couple of Wisconsin things that a lot of people don't know, like cheese curds. Have you ever heard of cheese curds?
Oh yes.
Cheese curds.
You fry them?
Yeah.
Deep fried cheese curds with some ranch or something.
Frozen custard.
Frozen custard's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, frozen custard. What's another one? I mean, Wisconsin's known for their local breweries and stuff. Like they have maybe 100 local small breweries there. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Beer and cheese. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Yeah.
And sometimes you can even mix it. You could do a beer cheese, and you
Yeah,
have
you
that
can.
with your pretzel or something like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Oh, we'll have to get Vuk on for a Wisconsin lesson on food or whatever, right? Because he seems to know quite a bit. Is there a specific frozen custard place back in Wisconsin that you recommend people?
Yeah. On the south side of Milwaukee, it's called Leon's Frozen Custard. It's Leon's or Kopp's. I always prefer Leon's. Leon's is the one. It has one spot. Kopp's has three in the Milwaukee area, but I always prefer Leon's. It's old school.
There we go. And then being now that you're in Orange County, do you have any local business? Doesn't have to be custard because I don't think there's many custard options here in Orange County. But do you have a local place that you like to restaurant or shop you like to go to and support?
To be honest, I haven't done too much exploring. I'll have to start doing that. But no, are there any spots that are recommended?
Larry, do you have any recommendations for frozen custard in Orange County?
Yeah, for frozen custard, yeah.
Or for cheese curds?
Yeah.
You get to be my age, and lactose isn't necessarily a good thing for you. So,
I will say, I mean, you mentioned when we said wine or beer for the cheese pairing, there are a lot of great breweries in and around Orange County, even near the stadium itself. There's some really good breweries as well. Obviously, Left Coast is a big one there. There's Gamecraft in Mission Viejo, and there's actually quite a few down in like the San Juan Capistrano area that I've been to. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. And then I think there's a few over by Angel Stadium too. So I mean, if you like beer and you want to go do some brewery tasting, there's some good places around here. You can pair it with some good feta because apparently that's your
feta.
I don't know how
always
feta and beer would
that
go.
Was from being in Greece. Always feta.
I don't know how feta and beer would quite go, but hey,
probably not great, but still.
Well, Vuk, I want to say thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us tonight. Do you have any last message to the fans as you all are preparing for the match against Phoenix and hopefully starting a nice run for the second half of the season?
Just, we all appreciate the support, home and away, and we'll do our best. Get that clean sheet like you guys were talking about, and obviously do our best to get the 3 points on the road.
Perfect. And, I so wish this just came to me. So I so wish I last minute with Larry just sort of praising you so much about you are some white men that could jump. I wish my this or that would have been foods that start with the letter Q. Ladies and gentlemen, defender for your Orange County Soccer Club. Do you know Vuk, do you know a food that starts with the letter Q?
No, I can't think of.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Quinoa.
So
quinoa.
Yeah, quinoa. There you go. Yeah.
Quiche.
Yeah.
Your defender for Orange County Soccer Club, Vuk Latinovich. Vuk, best of luck this weekend against Phoenix and for the remainder of the season. I hope we get to talk to you again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, Vuk.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Some fun times. I just sort of very literally when I said it, you guys actually just probably saw the light bulb go off in my head. I'm like, darn it, Rosie Perez on Jeopardy, foods that start with the letter Q.
Ray, nobody has ever seen a light bulb go off above your head. Never once. Doesn't happen.
We will CGI it into the recorded version somehow, some way. I'll ask Dylan to make it happen because he seems to know how to do stuff. We got to wrap things up here. That was such a fun conversation with Vuk. It went a little bit longer than normal, so I appreciate his time talking with us and that. Do you all have any last thoughts you wanted to share before we wrap things up on this episode, Larry?
You know what? Let's not forget. You can all see what shirt I am wearing. Let me move my mic out of the way in case you can't see it. June is Pride Month. We have not talked about it too much. We're with Orange County Soccer Club being out of town for most of June. I don't even know if we're having a Pride game this year or not. I haven't heard anything. I certainly hope we are, but make sure you are showing the love and the support to a marginalized community.
I appreciate you bringing that up, Larry, because I forgot all about it. I'm not scared to admit that I forgot about it. Hence, we don't even have our typical playing for Pride game this season. We didn't get that all set up. So we'll figure out something, a way that people can help support the cause in our upcoming episodes. Brad, any other thoughts before we wrap things up?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't really have anything further. I thought Vuk was a great interview this week, and it always just sucks when you see them in the green room and you're like, I know you're a defender, Vuk, but I don't have faith that the team can keep a clean sheet. No, look, he's a standout player. He does his job on the pitch, and until I'm proven otherwise, though, I think my statement is not unreasonable.
To be honest, and to be fair to Brad, whenever I see one of our guests and players in the green room, I tend to ask questions that are going to put Brad or Dylan or Larry a little bit on the spot there, because it's fun. I like to see them sweat a little bit when I'm asking a question and they know someone's listening.
I don't think I sweat during those moments. I will give the objectively correct answer based on how I see the team play. And,
you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with speaking what your truth is, even if your truth, my truth, Ray's truth, Dylan's truth isn't exactly what maybe that guy in the green room wants to hear. But I think it's better for us as a show that we be honest. We be honest with our feelings about the team and how they're playing. And, we've had times over these last couple of years where we're coming on the show and we're just going,
if you don't know what that is, folks, it's Larry banging his bald forehead into the microphone. That's what that sound effect was. Because Larry, not everyone watches the video. Just so you know,
I completely forgot. So for those of you listening on Spotify, that was me banging my head against the microphone. But
let me correct you, Larry.
Any of that?
Let me correct you. If they're on Spotify, they actually can watch the video on Spotify. It's
they
all
can.
The other podcast forums that they can only hear. So again, follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. Spotify is where we host our stuff, and we prefer you to go, but you're welcome to watch it and listen elsewhere. Also, a quick shout out. One of our listeners, their son, Ezekiel, happy 13th birthday. I feel you. My son, remember I talked about a birthday party this past weekend for my son. He turned 13. He's now officially a teenager. Ezekiel, you get to join in that club of now being a teenager and enjoying that. So happy birthday to you. I know Larry wanted to sing happy birthday to Nico, but maybe Larry can do a double birthday song here. Go for it, Larry.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. You got producer Andy to jump on really quick there, Larry. I'm sure he was going to tell you shut up with that. What did we learn in this episode, Brad? He's too busy cracking up. Larry, what did you learn this episode?
I learned that Vuk Latinovich, this man knows his cheese. He is definitely a Wisconsinite.
Brad, what did you learn?
I can't follow Larry up after that. That's what I learned.
All right, two things that I learned is get Larry singing and Andy jumps on the stream to try and cut him off. Second thing I learned from Vuk is always feta. It's always feta. Any cheeses, always feta. Again, make sure you like, follow, subscribe on social medias and video platforms of our show. I want to thank my guest, or not my guest, our guest for tonight, Vuk Latinovich, defender for Orange County Soccer Club. I want to thank all the listeners that were listening and participating with us live in the comments section. Co-host Brad, Larry, producer Andy. Hey, this has been fun, even though we weren't talking about a great match. So Orange and Black Soccer Cast, we are out.